30-minute alert and then something like that.
I didn't even see the 30-minute alert, honestly.
Oh, is this week Thanksgiving in the league? Yeah, this week is Thanksgiving in the league.
Oh, it is. It's November and week 10, huh?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Good luck. Who you play this week, Gio? Dolphins. I Yo, you gotta get a win, man. We need at least one.
All right, let me get my computer up.
Your computer, what you doing? What you doing on your computer?
Cause I be having to look at the power rankings while I'm explaining it.
Oh, all right. Okay, cool.
Yeah, this is gonna be an hour max. So for anybody coming at 8:30, 8:45, whatever, too
Yeah,
late.
they'll be. I think Reese said he'll be in 8:30, something like that. So they come in, they get whatever they get, but.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh.
All right, the calendar just hit. Starting now.
All right, let me put my headphones on, then I'm gonna post the link.
All right.
Oh boy. Okay. Okay. Right here. You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. All right, let me post this link. Let me check the cast. Okay, it's on. Alright. Oh boy.
Come on.
Oh boy.
All right.
Okay.
All right, we live.
Alright, oh shit, we both got it. Alright. Yeah, we're live. Okay, let me put this thing up. This thing just will not. Let me see. Um. All right. First things first. Welcome to the podcast. Everybody can hear me. I did check my voice. We do have Gio in the chat. Also, Ike. A few others will be joining us later. Somebody got to turn their phone down because I think it's like echoing badly. All right. And more than anything, I wanted to start off the. Well, actually, let me give a little quick backstory. So I was actually like looking at NFL Network, and a lot of people may laugh, but I never really heard of Sean Taylor. I mean, I've heard of him, but I've never really paid him too much of any mind. Like I knew that he was murdered. I also knew that he was a big part of the NFL. I think not only during his time in the NFL, but definitely um, post his life. I guess I'll put it that way. I
Yeah.
think he played. Yeah, I think he was like something like he was in the 2004 draft. From the story I read, two people that went into his house and shot him. Basically,
Yep.
I think they found the person who
Yeah.
shot him. Yeah. So I kind of felt like, based on what people were saying, if he had a long career, that he would have probably been in the Hall of Fame. But I did hear
For sure.
comparisons. Yeah, I've heard of comparisons such as every is the name I've heard the most. And then I also heard, the likings of Troy Polamalu as far as like the hits that he delivered. And so I wanted to give him a little shine. Gone but not forgotten. So shout out to him. Now,
Sha-
go ahead.
No, that's good, man. Yeah,
Okay.
but Sean Taylor was a dog, man. Oh man, if he didn't get killed, man, yeah, definitely a Hall of Famer.
His girlfriend has something. His girlfriend has something to do with it.
I'm not quite sure. I can't remember that part of the story. I would have to do a little bit more
They said who
research.
she was, but they never came out with the truth on that part.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? Okay, so the favorite part of the best part of the entire segment that we do on this podcast is usually the power ranking. So I do want to explain it a little bit. I am looking on my computer, but I also know that you guys are also looking at. Go ahead, you're fine. I also
No,
know
my
that you
fault. Go
guys are
ahead.
looking at. I know that you guys are also looking at the screen. And so first things first, I wanted to make sure that I put the Falcons as number one this season. In the mid-season rankings. Now,
Right.
a lot of that was due to the fact that he beat Joker. Joker's only lost 2 games in the last 2 seasons, and one was Phil last year in the upset. And I would say this game was just as much as an upset. Like I don't think nobody really expected Dez to win, especially with Joker promises that he would be going undefeated. So at this point, the Atlanta Falcons are 8-0. They did beat the Saints. They played the Bucks this week, so we'll see how that go. But also with the additions of Stephon Gilmore and Jamal Adams, that Dez made those moves actually because he couldn't make the draft. And so when he made those trades and made those moves, it definitely helped him have the number one defense in the league for sure.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, those additions, because he had a lot of draft picks, but the time that we set for the draft, he couldn't make the draft, so he then had to go on a prowl of trading picks, and with all the picks he had, he ended up landing those 2 players. I think changed his defense, so he's off to a good start, man. The 8-0, deserving of the number 1
Spot.
spot in the power rankings. Yeah, no argument there.
Yeah, I wanted to also point out that the most I've seen Joker ever throw interceptions in the game might have been 2 or 3. He actually threw 4, and Stephon Gilmore had picked off 3 of those passes. So definitely the addition of Stephon and Jamal Adams is definitely adding to the reason as to why he's the number 1 defense. Now we do expect a Packers-Falcons rematch of some sort, maybe in the playoffs, depending on how everything pans out. But just don't be shocked if either team wins next time, because Joker has his additions, and then from what I've seen from Joker in the comments, I didn't watch the game, but what I've seen was Dez had basically like chewed the last 2 minutes away, just so he couldn't get the ball back, which, I mean, I can't really,
Yeah, that's strategy. That's NFL.
yeah, I can't kill him for it. Now, number 2 was very easy. It was very easy for me. I don't think that very easy for me and Phil, I think, and Ike. It's LD. I have to say this about him, and this is what I have to say. He's very consistent with Nick Chubb. Part of the reason, however, that, not only was he number 2, but part of the reason is he hasn't really played a lot of games, a lot due to his opponents maybe not showing up, but I think these games are winnable. I'm not sure how good Maceo is at this point, so he got 2 forced wins against him. He got a forced win against SD, who actually is struggling this season. And then
Yes, he is.
and then he got a forced loss against Pooty, who's actually playing. I don't know how decent he's playing, but he's he's been
Well, he
Pooty.
just beat Pooty this past week by 30.
Yeah,
So
and then he turned around and beat Pooty really bad. So as far as the Browns, I'm quite impressed with how everything is going right now. You haven't played a lot of games. It is hard to repeat and go back to the Super Bowl when you took a loss, not only in real life, sometimes in Madden as well, because everybody. Can you add Dez to the part? I think he's already in here though, but he said he doesn't see it. It's definitely hard to do that. You lost the Super Bowl last season, basically due to yourself. You choked the game away against the Packers. I wasn't a fan of you getting rid of Baker Mayfield, but I see that bringing in Russell Wilson is probably more of a blessing than anything. You would have been undefeated, but obviously due to the forced loss that you took to Pooty, you just took the L. But I think that saying that you would still be number 2 probably if the Falcons and you were both undefeated. But also saying that
Not find the chat.
also saying that you are probably the top rated AFC team by far. And we'll get to a few of the other AFC teams behind you. But as of now, good job. I'm not impressed with your defense. But like I said, you haven't played too many games for me to really figure out. These sim games can go either way. Putting up points.
True.
Yeah, so keep up the good work. I think you have the AFC North on lockdown for a little while. But like I said, it's going to be very, very hard to repeat in the AFC. Now,
for sure.
yeah. So the next team that came in at number 3 was the Packers. Okay, so I looked at the Packers earlier this season. I was a little bit impressed with, how he beat Phil, but I wasn't really impressed at all. My most impressive win on the Packers schedule had to be against Reese. It wasn't because he beat Reese, but it was how he beat Reese and the amount of points he beat Reese by. Beat Reese by 23 points. That was his only real competition on his schedule so far besides the Falcons. Obviously, Green Bay can't be number 1 because the Falcons have beaten him.
Yep.
What definitely concerns me about Joker right now is his interceptions with Aaron Rodgers. Last year he had just won the Super Bowl. He was actually putting together a very good season with Aaron Rodgers, but this right now currently, and we made this up to week 8, so don't kill us. But as of right now, he has 20 interceptions through 8 games. So I'm gonna look at his stats from last year, but I don't even remember him having half of those interceptions. Oh, he had 33 interceptions, but he threw 65 touchdowns last year as well. Yeah, and I think he kind of met his match as well with Dez, because I don't think that with Aaron Rodgers on one side of the ball, you got to have the perfect defenders on the other side, especially mixed in. So he's still defensively, I think he's still a beast. I think he'll still be in the NFC Final Four. But where he goes after that, I'm not sure because I can't count Dez out now when he plays Joker like I used to. So
Yeah, and just real quick with Joker, the division he's in has been kind of bad, honestly. The other 3 users are not that great. We just got a new Vikings user who I hear he can play. Which
is
good.
that's Jake? Yeah, he's the truth.
So I'm looking at
Who
Packers
is new
schedule.
Vikings?
Sorry to cut you off real fast, but he's actually a dude from Tad League. He was a beast when I was in there. I'm not so sure how he will match up against Joker though. I don't think that because no pun intended, he plays a lot like Benjamin. Yeah, plays a lot like him.
So yeah, I mean it's good that we got another user in there, and I'm looking at Joker's schedule right before we continue on. His next few games are against some tough competition. He has the Vikings, then he has the Bengals, which is Maceo, who's not a walkover. Then he has the Vikings again, so he got the Vikings 2 out of the next 3 weeks. Then he has Truth, who has Jalen Ramsey and a few other pieces there. Then he plays Tad in Seattle. Then he plays a rematch of the Super Bowl with the Browns.
Mm.
So the next 6 games, nice little stretch there. So we'll get to see where Joker is. I think these next 6
I think the
games.
Browns gonna want to get some get back too.
Yeah.
What's up, Pootie? I mean, I'm not. I mean, I don't know. The thing about, like I said, the thing about the Browns was that he had Joker beat, but it's hard to play that. It's hard to play that exact same game because of the level. I mean, that game was like a high level game. Like you don't want to mess up in the Super Bowl, but in a regular game, I don't know. At the same time, because you can have a very good. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, Joker's Joker.
Man,
we know what he's
You
capable
can't
of.
take no plays off against Joker, man. He got Rodgers, so he can move down the field with the quickness.
Yeah, I'm shocked he hasn't moved on from Rodgers yet. But one of my favorite teams to put on my rankings was the San Francisco 49ers because Phil is feeling himself with a 7-1. He's feeling himself with a 7-1 start. Yeah, he's actually 8-1 now. He recently beat the Bears. He is playing the best. I don't know though. We gotta get to Wood though, because he's struggling. But yeah. But I mean, I think Phil. So Phil started off good last year. If anybody remember, Phil started off really good last year. But it was something about week 2 when Tease had kind of like came at Phil personally. Like I don't know if people peeped it, but the Cardinals user had basically called the 49ers out, called them trash. I mean, all this stuff. Yeah, and it awakened something in him, that really, lit him up. Now, I will say, the good thing I like about Phil, though I'm not really too impressed defensively, the thing I do like about him is that he runs a very old school type of offense. It's the Russian offense with Raheem Mostert, and though what I learned about runners in the league is in general is when you can run the ball, you're usually good to go. Now somebody like Wood may be a little different case, but he got the number 3 rushing attack right now. Raheem Mostert has crossed the 1,000-yard mark. He has 9 touchdowns, and then his backup running back Sermon has 6 touchdowns. So he just run the ball, and he got the Cardinals who's on vacation, Giants, Vikings who I think probably would beat him. Saints user Sticks. He got Tad, who, if no one knows Tad, just give him a little bit of time. He'll be around. And then Bo, who's also I don't know if Bo made the cut. I can't even remember. I don't think he did. Oh, he did?
He did.
Oh, okay. But yeah, the 49ers. Yeah, I think the 49ers are definitely. I don't think that Phil is Super Bowl material, but I got him leveling up with somebody like Joker or Dez. Like, I think in the perfect scenario, he can meet them turf to turf. So.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Phil.
Oh, nah, Phil motor skills ain't all the way there.
Oh, my gosh.
Now, I
Now,
hope Phil's listening or gonna listen later. He will.
he will.
Phil
But
know he's super old.
at number 5, I had to place myself despite the Week 9 game because we made this Week 8. Now, I do want to say this. The Dolphins and I played Week 9. If anybody watched that game was beyond crazy. I mean,
I watched the entire game.
that was a crazy
The end of it
game
was
because,
Hey, I got a question though.
yeah.
I thought Tua was left-handed, not right-handed.
I didn't wanna say anything because I don't know how the rules are. And I know in some leagues you can change the arm. But I mean, at the end of the day, he still made the play, and he doesn't seem like a scheme type player anyway. So he did good enough. So shout out to him. He did good. The only downfall about my team right now is beating the Falcons, which we'll probably get to this week since we play them. But it's hard to really talk about myself, But basically, Defensively, go ahead. Yeah, you go ahead. That'll be better.
Yeah, well, defense. I mean, you got Darius Leonard in a trade from the Colts for
Who got Darius
Tristan
Leonard?
Wirfs. Maul for Tristan Wirfs.
Oh, he making moves on the. All right.
Nah, yeah, I think he had him. Did you have him when you played Falcons first game? Maybe,
No.
maybe not.
Yes,
But
I
he
did.
got,
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
but Devin White, Leonard, and
Oh
what's my
yeah, he
man
got the
name?
three-headed monster now.
Yeah, he got a three-headed
And
monster,
Levante
man.
David too. Yeah.
Levante David. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you got a 3-3-5 nickel. I mean, you got to find a way to get those three on the field every play against Dallas.
Yeah.
But I think your defense is ready. Your passing game has always been good. I just think playing Dez, you guys have played together so long. He kind of knows tendencies for you. Coming there with a different game plan for him. Dolphins just had a good game. He just played good.
Listen,
I can't even
He ran the ball.
listen.
Yeah,
he ran the ball
He
so
definitely ran the
well.
ball.
He ran the ball so well. What I liked about Dolphins game, and though he's not on the rankings, what I do like about his game was that he stuck with it. If it worked, if it didn't work, even though Leonard Fournette tossed that ball back about 50 yards, he really did play well. So it's always good to see users not, because he was down. Like, I thought he was done. So to see him make a comeback. Go ahead.
The comment on like your power rankings. I mean, I feel like you can really like your power rankings could be higher, but I feel like you just, especially when you stream, you don't be locked in all the time. So you know what I'm saying?
True.
Yeah, listen, if my music on or if I'm on the mic, I be, but part of that is
crazy music that they probably knock you out.
God. Listen, bro, listen, once I'm in my mood, I'm in my mood, but it has to get my adrenaline. Like when we went overtime, like my adrenaline just started kicking up. Like I was like, yo, but it's good to see those type of games despite the users. Like it's always good to see those close, tight-knitted games. I do have to move on because we only got an hour today. So the next team up, the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm very impressed with how Ike is operating with the Eagles, simply because of the fact that, just simply based off the fact that and not only that, I think when you lose a quarterback, like a passing type of quarterback, obviously Jalen Hurts is good for Madden as far as like running and stuff like that, but having that development with Miles Sanders and being able to develop that run game that he has, Ike is a boring player to watch. Like you're not, if you want, if you want like to look for fun or anything like that. But DeAndre Hopkins is good though.
Yeah, he was a good addition. I don't have much cheese in my offensive game.
Yeah,
so I am a basic player, man.
That's what I think makes you and Reese game good in the fields of the world. Like, when you watch players that can open their playbook wide open, and not like you don't see that same play till third or fourth quarter. That's how you know, like they are really zoomed into the game. Whereas if I feel like most Madden players kind of like, they lock in on those 2 or 3 plays and they rock out with that. So. Definitely impressed with that. So the Philadelphia Eagles came in at 6. They can climb higher. They also have the Cowboys, the Rams, the Cowboys again, the Chiefs, the Bucks, the Chargers, the Giants, the Broncos, and we're gonna get to the Chargers. It's one of my favorite users.
I gotta lock in. Second half of the season.
That's one of my favorite users right there. Now, this team, he beat the Texans. I think the final decision on his power ranking was dependent on whether or not he could beat the Texans. And that's my boy Bo. He did come in at number 7. He, to me personally, this is just to me personally, when I look at the AFC, I have to ask myself who can beat the Browns. I don't see him beating the Browns at all. In fact, because of his recent struggles with Derrick Henry and the Titans, I just don't see it working. And it doesn't help that he's 28th in rushing defense and 16th in passing. But part of that is trading Leonard. Now he did pick up the left tackle, and Wirfs, I think his name is Tristan Wirfs.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And he protected Wentz, but the offensive side is going well. The passing game is good. The running game is good. I'm just very fearful about how everything is going to turn out when it comes to playing the top-notch teams, because you can get through regular season, but I think that Bo's been on Madden long enough to know when he got to make an adjustment. But he definitely made a comment the other day on the stream that he needs Leonard back. He won't get him back, but that would be nice if he could. But to take a look on his schedule, he's gotten through a little rough part of it, but he plays Truth next, who can upset at any time. He plays Texans again. But I'm mostly looking forward to Phil, Week 16, and the Ravens. I don't know what's going on in Baltimore, but it don't seem too pleasant.
I think he's 3-5, just not sidebar. He played Joker last week. The score was 52-49. He said he was up 14.
Ravens had a good game with Joker last week.
But you know what?
He said he was up 14 with 2 minutes left and blew
But you know what? When you have an offense that's built around speed, you can't trade Hollywood Brown. It just because now he doesn't have that deep threat that he had last season. And the thing about the Ravens, the thing about him real fast is that he's not going to run with Lamar every play. He's a passer. He wants to sit in the pocket and really enjoy holding the ball and making those reads and then making the pass. So it's a little bit hard to watch, but I trust that he'll make it out. I don't think he'll make the playoffs this season, I will say, but I think he'll make it out next season. But you got Son Lamar. Depending on how next season is, it look like this season might end like
Lamar. He ain't got to. I will.
He might. I mean,
I will, because I'm letting everybody go.
Listen, I mean, I think he got 2 years left. So if he is going to trade him, he better trade him now, because he may not have much cap left to even try to re-sign him. Now, granted, with how the year is coming to, how the Madden year is coming, he may make it all the way through that season and be fine.
Right, true. We are heading into June here.
Yeah. So that was that. That's the Ravens. Had to give him a little shout out. But first things first was number 8, the Los Angeles Chargers. Dre came in last year, and he had to run the table in order to have a chance at playoffs. He did fall short.
Yeah.
But he's starting off very, 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 very well. Now, something about the AFC is going on, because everybody in the AFC has terrible rushing defense. He's 29th ranked. He also has Todd Gurley, though. He picked up Todd Gurley, who was a good sign, and especially with the running game for Justin Herbert. I am sold on him as a user. I do feel like he's decent enough. I do have a big question mark when you played the Raiders, though. I don't know what happened.
Raiders dug in him. That was a shocking loss.
Yeah, I don't know what happened, but you also dropped the game against the Browns, who I really don't think that a lot of y'all are going to match up with.
I must admit, though, I played the Raiders 3 weeks ago, and he's actually a good user.
Okay.
So, it wasn't, when I say shocking loss, I don't want to say it was something crazy, but, I just thought Dre was hitting his stride, and we can't win every game, but that just goes to show that it's some talent spread around the league, which is good.
Yeah, so he has a force against Chris. He then plays Pooty, Very, and then he turns around and plays Johns, who's,
Yeah, he did beat he smacked Very by 20, which is the Chiefs, which was a big win.
Yeah. I mean, he got a good schedule coming up. I mean, he got Pooty, who can upset you at the worst times.
That's true.
Very. Ravens, who I think is going to probably take this game very personal, maybe. He
I
has
got
Ike,
Trey.
Texans, and then he has Drip
Reach to
God
finish the season.
Mugger. Yeah. So
Who the freak is Mugger?
you know who Mugger is.
That's
Um.
I don't give a fuck about none of
Okay.
that shit.
Number 9. Number 9. The team that really should be number 1. The Kansas City Chiefs, who's he is 6-2.
He
Um.
should number one.
Yeah, he should be. I mean,
he's
this
saying the
team
team
is
Chiefs.
this team is insane.
But he's
But
a bum, so
yeah, well, he dropped 2 games against good users. He lost the Browns 27-24, and he lost the Chargers 34-14. If Mahomes wasn't on a big long-term contract, I would tell you to trade him because you don't really. Very doesn't seem like the type of user based on his stats and stuff like that. Like he really will spam the deep ball to Hill. Um, for some reason, I'm just not getting that move out of him because he doesn't.
that's cap.
Very
Oh.
trash, bro.
Because he threw the ball to Tyreek Hill to try to win the game and threw a pick.
Well, yeah, with the
Well, I
game,
mean,
with
that's a
the
little bit
money on the
different.
line,
Yeah, that's a
you
little
got
bit
Tyreek
different.
He
Hill.
forced that shit to him. He was gonna force it to him either way. We ain't hitting that shit.
So that's
Well, he
cool.
plays.
Who called him trash? Somebody said he was trash. I need a name.
Dez
for
called
that
him
voice.
trash.
Pooty definitely called him trash.
Oh my
Booty and
gosh!
Dez.
I don't think he's. I don't think he's.
He not trash, but I call him trash because my boy let me down all the time. He find a way to throw a pick at the wrong time.
Yeah,
every game.
very do be. He be there, and then it just
It like he be good, then he just think about it. Man,
Well, I think part of it.
He
I think
can't
part
win,
of.
he gonna leave.
I think part of it though is also like the PS4 and the PS5 speed ain't the same. That Tyreek Hill is not the same Tyreek Hill from PS4. That McCole Hardman is not the same. And I don't know how long he's been on PS5 neither to adjust to that. But I mean, he has a good stat line with Mahomes too. He got 32 and 9 touchdowns and interceptions.
all right.
So I mean, he's
Whoever
decent
cut
enough.
Mackenzie Alexander, I appreciate you.
But I mean, he's not running the ball at all. He's 31st ranked, but he's third in defensive points. So I mean, he's doing good enough. He plays Reese. He plays Raiders, who was a good user. You said he plays Chargers again. Then he plays Ike. Then he plays Pooty, who called him trash. Then he plays Raiders. I don't know. He might not make it out. Because I see 1, maybe 2, maybe 3, maybe 4, maybe 5 losses, maybe.
Ooh.
But if you lose
there.
that many games,
They
yeah,
falling.
yeah. So, number 10. Before we move on to Tim Tebow and his drama.
Oh, shit.
Number 10 is the Houston Texans. I put Deshaun Watson he was just the best option for number 10, really.
Ew.
He's decent. He's not the best user, but he's decent enough, I think, to at least make the playoffs. Just because of the talent that's in the AFC, which I think, after a while the talent will go up a little bit. He did lose to Tad, who I'm warning people that he is Tad is decent enough. Tad will run at least 10, 11 games up in a season. If you haven't noticed yet, he's coming.
Yeah,
But
Tad's a good user. Good add to the league.
yeah, but I also think with Philip Lindsay, he's such a quick back that you should start inserting Mark Ingram, who's a power back, kind of into your system.
Good point.
Yeah, Desmond King is a good defender for him, but you got to make some more noise for me to even notice. I mean, you have Maceo next. I don't know how is Maceo on? Is he on? He on vacation?
No, he's playing.
Okay. And then you play Bo. Tease is on vacation probably to the end of the season on him. And then you play Woodrow, who is, and you got Dre and then Truth, really, to end the season. So, I mean, you have a decent
I got
chance.
a question for the main commission, man.
Oh.
So
What's up?
we just letting people duck now, like just Talking about they on vacation, but they ain't really on vacation.
Oh,
Who? Cardinals and Jets is on vacation.
My
I
bad,
don't know.
fellas.
Like,
I'm late.
you know how it goes.
what's up, Phil?
I ain't
going
got
on?
this. I don't know they lives, but
Not they went on vacation today. They supposed to be back Sunday. That comment you just
okay.
heard from Maul, he
Yes.
just kind of was playing.
Okay.
It was my comment. Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
it was your
Well,
comment.
before we jumped, we talked about the Ravens and Hollywood Brown. We have not talked about Dez beating Joker as far as what it means for the NFC title. But before we jump there was a signing that kind of rubbed a lot of NFL fans the wrong way. It was a signing of Tim Tebow going from quarterback to tight end, I think, at 34 years old. If anyone remembers Tebow, he is very well known for the Steelers playing the Steelers in the playoffs and having a running fest up and down the field against that team when he was on the Broncos. Um,
Our
but
best player was out that game.
oh
Don't
my
count.
gosh.
Shut up, Booty.
He couldn't play. He had sickle cell problems. He couldn't play.
Oh my. Well, here's my question though: it will hurt or help the Jaguars? Now I know a lot of people may say, "Well, Terrell Pryor also went from quarterback to wide receiver. I didn't think he was good at all."
They
And
did
I
that
know
for
sometimes,
attention, man.
but you're 34 years old, so do you
They
think
did
it'll
that
hurt?
so he can get his pension.
Maybe. Do you think it'll hurt or help the Jaguars at the end?
They gonna hurt them. Bring it. They gonna hurt. They gonna help him bring him money in. Cause he from Jacksonville.
But what?
Jacksonville ain't winning in this year anyway.
But I mean, do
It's
you think
another
that he?
signing.
But I'm saying when it. Do you think that he can really go from quarterback at 34 years old and be a tight end? Because most tight ends don't even make it past 35.
Yeah.
He
Cause
wasn't
Bill
a
mean,
did
good
he
it.
ain't-
quarterback.
Wait a minute, go ahead.
Do
You
I
said
think
it.
he will make? Do I think he will make the 53-man roster, which is really
Yeah.
what all that matters? No, I don't think he can make the
Really?
53-man roster.
The
He gonna
the
make
question
it.
is, but the $1 million question is, how many tight ends do they have in their camp?
So they have a lot from what I
Five, I
heard.
believe.
Yeah, from what I heard, they
5?
have a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, 5 or
How many?
6.
He
It's
gonna
either
make the
If
cut.
they, how many they carrying? You think 3 or 4?
most teams usually carry what,
2 to
two or
3.
three.
3 or 4?
I say 2 to
Depend on the
3.
coach.
If
Depend
they
on the
carry
team.
4, he making it.
I don't know.
But
I mean, part of me
if
feel
you carry
like
4 tight ends, man.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: I don't know if the
Unless one is a
NFL will
fullback.
expand rosters. But
maybe
let's
because
just say they're gonna call if it's 53 man. I don't think he's one of the best 53 players.
so. I mean, do you think that this is more of an Urban Meyer type signing, or you think that this is more of like a?
Oh, that's
course.
for sure.
Of
For
course.
sure.
No,
Definitely
it's a
Urban
Jacksonville
Meyer.
signing.
Here's the thing: I got an alert on my phone 2 days ago. Tim Tebow's merchandise has been the top selling since he signed.
Oh, okay. So
Bro,
he's one
he
of
making
them.
the roster, bro.
That's
So
what I
the
was
money
going.
Definitely
value is
is.
coming in. The organization is drawing fans, so it's selling
But
tickets,
so I'm.
But
even
he's
if it's
from.
preseason tickets.
So this is
That's
what I'm
his
at.
city, so they definitely gonna draw fans.
But this is what I'm asking.
Yeah.
So if you looked at the Saints and how they did with Taysom Hill, you don't see that with Tim Tebow.
Nah,
I don't.
Hell no.
Tebow too slow for that.
He played tight end in the women, and we released him right after that. No.
I don't think he's as good as Taysom Hill. However you want to take that.
Just
I mean-
because, bro, like you can't compare them. They're not the same. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's
I just
like-
think they'll
yeah.
insert him at quarterback. Now I don't think it helps that for a young quarterback. Who's the quarterback they drafted? My mind is like gone.
Trevor Lawrence.
For a quarterback like Trevor Lawrence, it's not good to have that big type of star on, sucking up all of the attention because that's what he's going to do.
Nah,
Tim Tebow is
nah,
a.
Really,
for
that's
him.
probably better. That's
That's
probably
good for
better,
him.
actually.
You think
Take
so?
some pressure off the number 1 pick.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know. But I mean, I think it'll hurt the Jaguars. In fact, I don't even see. I mean, I see the Texans
Okay,
being
here we go.
absolute trash this
All right,
year.
we can go around the clock and just it's a yes or no. Does Tim Tebow make the 53-man roster? This is Ike. I say no. That's
This
you,
is
Gio.
Dez says yeah. I think so.
I think he's
Yeah.
going to make it just from
He
I
gonna
think
actually.
I think he's gonna make it because,
Make it for one reason. For one reason.
I say he make it because
It's-
that's where he from.
but what they gonna do when the first hit come? I mean, because they gonna hit him. They not taking. I'm telling you,
he
they
ain't
gonna
going to
hit.
be on the field, really.
He ain't gonna be on the field besides special teams.
Nah.
Oh, okay.
Right. He ain't going to be on the field. You ain't going to see him too much.
Man.
If he does play, he might have 5 catches on the year. That's about it.
It's gonna be a trick play. It's gonna be the Tebow jump ball.
Oh well.
All right,
we'll
quick
see.
question. But guys, did we know how hard it is to change a position like
That's
that?
what I was gonna ask. Yeah. I mean,
Not
that
hard
gotta
at
be.
all.
I mean,
It gotta be.
Cause Logan Thomas did.
But I mean,
But he
but
played quarterback.
I think at
Logan
the
Thomas
age
is good.
I think at the age that Tim Tebow is, it's like I think he was always
is in
like
good
a
shape. He has
gem.
been
Yeah, I was gonna
playing.
say.
I
I
don't
think.
think you can compare his age to a lot of other people his age because he ain't like he just stopped playing sports in general. He went and played baseball and stuff like that. So he.
But here's my
he
thing.
been
I'm
moving.
saying. Okay, if we discussing that, I'm saying, what you gonna put him in goal line formation?
I thought he gonna do the jump ball.
I put his big ass at fullback.
I honestly don't know what they're going to do with him because he
Yep.
probably
I mean,
ain't blocking
so
nobody.
anybody know
I don't see
Urban
him on
Meyer?
the
What
goal
type
line.
of Anybody know Urban Meyer? What type of offense does he run? Because I don't.
He
I
gonna
don't
run
know.
a
This is
spread.
tricky.
He gonna try to run a spread offense, but that shit ain't gonna work.
Okay.
It might with Trevor Lawrence.
Hell no. They gonna hit his ass.
I just don't know. I can see the whole crowd.
Travis
I can see the whole crowd going crazy over Tebow time. No, I can see that.
I'm looking at something. It just says
Is the
he's got less
Jaguars
than
line
50%
good?
chance of making the roster.
Okay, yeah.
I don't
I
think he
mean,
makes it.
roster.
Again, I'm on the record. I don't think he makes the 53-man roster.
Yeah, you might be right. Like,
He be on the
I'm
practice
on the
team.
record. You want to make a gentleman's bet?
oh
Mr.
boy.
For
If Tebow make the roster.
yeah, what's the bet?
I mean, we ain't got to bet nothing crazy.
I make a bet that I can pick my team first in the next man.
Oh wow. Well, I don't even think. I don't. Well, actually, it's only 2
why you
preseason games
always
this year, right?
talking? Like you don't want the dumbass Steelers. Go somewhere, Pooty.
I really want the 49ers or the Falcons.
You get your team every year, yo. Like
That's
you
a lie.
What the hell you on our teams for?
To see how good y'all really is.
See,
I don't know. Next year, I think that it'll be fine. But we do gotta get to Julio Jones.
Yeah, I was
Sooner
about
or
to
later.
say next
Julio.
topic.
let's
Um,
get
Hey,
the
before y'all get to Julio Jones,
Yeah.
why did Joe Harris got more points than anybody on the court?
and because he's wide open, because the 3 best players are Durant, Harden, and Kyrie. Let's move on.
I don't know that one, but anyway.
Go ahead, Kai.
For Julio
Next
Jones, first of all, I know a lot of people probably watched the show and was like, "Yo, Shannon Sharp did him dirty." I think as long as we've known
Nah,
Shannon
that was
Sharp,
set up.
Shannon
Man,
Sharp.
That wasn't a setup.
You gotta
That was-
know that shit was planned out, bro.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Listen,
Cause Julio
Shannon
answered the
Sharp.
phone too fast.
First of all, they would not even let him have his phone on set unless it was perfectly planned. So
Right.
They let Shannon do whatever the hell he want to do now.
And they
Go
know
that
it,
far.
cause he gonna bring
He
money.
got ratings.
It was
Well, he
so
definitely-
Shannon
wrong.
can do what he want to do.
he definitely got a big paycheck for that one. I can tell you that now. But what do you think? Everybody can go around and say, what do you think of it? Because I don't think we've ever seen a player come out and be like, I'm done. Like I don't want to be here.
Oh yeah,
I haven't.
mean, Watson just did that. Look at Rodgers right now. They done.
Well, Rogers is not as loud. I mean, but I don't think it was as
Oh, yes,
clear.
it is.
Watch
You
what you
see
say
what he
now.
did yesterday? You see
No,
what he said
what he
yesterday?
do? No, what he said?
Oh, he
Yeah,
threw
interview
it.
with
It's
Kenny
him
Mayne
or
on,
management, basically. He don't get along with the GM. He don't get along with him.
But you know who started this?
But you can't.
Tom
say-
Brady.
You cannot let the
Brady-
manager go.
Brady told y'all. Brady started this. Brady said he out, and now everybody want to follow suit. But I don't think Aaron Rodgers.
I think that's valid.
We could go back
Brady
to
was a
Rodgers
free agent.
after this Julio. Let's jump back to Julio. Get back on track.
Okay, let's
jump to Rodgers right after.
Okay, so Julio Jones.
About Rodgers.
Julio Jones is So I mean, what do you think about it, and who do you think he'll be traded to? Because at this point,
He's going to the
when
Patriots.
you think so? With
Yeah, he said he want to play with Cam.
I'm gonna say the second round pick, and
Cam ain't gonna be. Cam might not be the starter. Cam might not be the
I'd
He
starter.
want to play with Cam.
I
Cam-
think it's going to be, even though like right now the odds on favor is 49ers, I don't see it happening. I see the
Yeah,
Patriots.
he want to
probably.
win.
Let me-
Would
let me
you
tell
would
y'all
you
something.
would you give up a
Eh,
first round pick for a 34-year-old wide receiver?
Yeah.
Him?
Yeah,
32.
it
You
depends
can't
on the
say
team.
you can't
yes.
say that. You can't say it like that. You gotta
Why
say
can't I
would you
say-
give up a first round pick for Julio?
Oh my gosh,
Future Hall of Famer.
I mean-
he is.
definitely. But would you give up your first for that? I mean, for a team like the
It
Patriots,
depends on the team. Like
Okay.
the Patriots, if they got a first, yes, I would do it.
because you think
Like
they
a
Super
team
Bowl,
that's
you
a
think they
contender, that all it takes is Julio to put him over the top. Yeah, you got to give
The
up that
Ravens
first.
should be blowing the Falcons' phone up. My opinion.
I think that the
But who would the
Ravens.
Ravens send?
I think that the Ravens are probably not. The Ravens would not send Marlon Humphrey, and that's what I think. That's what I'm
first.
saying.
That's all they asking for.
We need
Hold on,
him.
no.
I
Marlon
think
said he don't want to go
think-
there.
I think the Falcons looking for draft picks. They trying to shed money. They ain't trying to take money on.
Well, can I ask this question? Why do you think he's so unhappy?
Cause I'm gonna tell y'all what I
Falcons
think
suck.
it is, bro. I'm gonna tell y'all as a Falcon fan.
He may not
Well,
win.
everybody should know this by now, but we don't
It's
have
Matt
no
Ryan.
money to sign our rookies, bro.
It's money. It's money. That's it.
And it's Matt Ryan.
And they probably asked him to take a pay cut, which he probably ain't with.
I just was a little bit
That's
shocked at
possible.
him, as quiet as he is, as quiet as
That
Julio
man's not
is.
quiet.
He
Well,
not
from what
quiet.
I-
He been asking for raises every 2
Oh,
years.
Man,
Not quiet.
as a Falcon fan, I've been wanting to trade Julio, bro.
Why?
Why? Right.
Because what happens?
He
What
won't
happens?
play. He
But what
doesn't
hap-
play.
But what
He
happens
missed
to
6
would he
Calvin?
games a
play?
season, man.
What happens to Calvin
Man,
Ridley?
listen.
What,
He
what
doesn't
happens-
play.
Y'all always losing. Why would you play when y'all always losing?
Let me
Let me-
ask y'all something. Man.
Let's look up his games.
No. I'm gonna tell
Go ahead.
y'all, bro.
Always lose all
I
the
watch this
games.
team every year, every game, and I'm telling
You got
y'all.
defense forward.
You're right.
I mean,
Julio, and then he pulls himself out the game, even when he plays, bro.
but you know what, Dez? You know what, Dez? Dez, but Dez, his.
doing dumb
No,
But
Pootie,
this-
but this another thing when I wanted to trade his ass, when he was the highest paid wide receiver in the fucking league with 3 years left on his contract, he bitching about a raise. Man, I've been
Wait a
wanting
minute. But
Julio
wait a minute.
ass
Wait a
to
minute.
go,
Wait a
bro.
minute.
You got
But wait a
Matt
minute.
Ryan on your team. You got Todd Gurley falling in the end zone when he's not supposed to. I don't want to go too.
Bruh, do you not know that
I remember
Tommy
that.
Dimitrov did all that other bullshit with our roster just because he was like, man, I gotta try to throw some shit together. I'm out of here. That's why
But
we
I mean,
in this position.
don't you
he was
think-
throwing money around stupid.
But don't you think that as a player like Julio, what would that do to Calvin Ridley? I mean, you think of like them double teaming Julio. That would I
It
think that's
ain't
gonna
gonna
murder
do
your
nothing.
offense even more. I think that's gonna
Calvin
kill
They
your
Ridley
offense.
just got
nothing,
Pitts
bruh.
though. They just took.
You know what? They just
got
did.
Pitts.
Yeah, they
It's
did.
gonna
Not
be a
even
problem.
counting Pitts, bruh. I'm telling y'all, Julio didn't play half the season last year, bruh, and Ridley still
He
was a
missed 6
1,000-yard
games. He
receiver.
missed 6 games. I seen that. He missed
But what was
6.
y'all
Man,
record
go-
before he
go-
left?
And I guarantee it. Go to the. We lost more games when he was with us.
Oh, I mean, come on now. Let's not act like
Falcons fans
Julio
turn
was.
on Julio
Don't blame
so
him. You
quick.
better blame Matt Ryan.
Man,
Falcons
come on
fans
now.
turn
I
on
ain't saying
Julio
that he
so
not.
quick.
I ain't saying that he not a great.
Oh, we know he
receiver
great.
now.
Yeah,
I'm
he's
talking
great.
about last year. We talking about last year. We lost
Y'all
more
defense-
games with Julio in the lineup last year than when he wasn't in line. I'm not saying
So
this
is that
because
Julio's
he was
fault?
in the line. I just said I ain't saying this
Here's-
because he
but
was in the
here's
lineup.
what-
Julio
here's what
played
I'm-
defense though.
I don't understand why people say, "Oh shit, y'all ain't gonna do nothing because y'all trading Julio." Shit, when he went here, when he was here, we ain't did shit.
It might be better off without
Julio don't play defense though.
I mean,
Man.
I think at the end of the day, and I know we gotta move on
Y'all give up
to
40
A-Rod,
points a game.
but I mean, I think listen, to be real, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking the division again. So I mean that's just the reality to it. Yeah, I mean that's the reality.
No, they're not.
I just don't see Matt Ryan. Aaron Rodgers
Aaron
ain't.
Rodgers going to the
Aaron Rodgers
gonna
going
win
win.
the Super Bowl.
Aaron Rodgers
Come on.
gonna
Aaron
win.
Rodgers going to New Orleans.
Oh, pfft, no, he ain't.
What?
Even if Aaron Rodgers go to New Orleans, the Bucks still favorite to win the Super Bowl.
All 22 starters back. When have you ever seen that happen? That's
And
crazy.
Brady. But here's the thing, and we about to slide over to A-Rod, but it just seems that when Tom Brady started this, I remember he was a crybaby. He was all this stuff. Everybody called him all types of names.
Who, Brady?
Yeah, I feel like Brady got attacked badly when he moved
You know
on.
why Brady probably got mad, right? Because Brady, for years, has been taking a pay cut for the Patriots, and they never gave him weapons. And he still just kept winning. He got fed up.
But
with it.
they wasn't winning because
He
of
had
him.
some weapons
They
sometimes.
defense was always legit.
Sometimes.
Oh,
Who was
my
his best?
God.
He,
Listen,
he
let me tell
only
you.
had
Now,
Maul
listen.
for what,
They
2
defense was
years?
legit.
You're not gonna disrespect Brady. Now listen. Now you can hate Brady.
Go check them games. They
You
defense
can-
was fire.
His
Come
defense
on,
might have.
their
His
defense
defense.
is okay,
They
but
defense
who
is always
has he
good
had
in the Super
on
Bowl.
offense?
But what about?
Nobody.
But what about the
Brady,
time?
I mean, he did have
Gronkowski or
Gronk.
nobody, huh?
He had Gronk, but who else?
What you mean?
Y'all,
Edelman
boy,
was
y'all
balling, he was
kill me
good.
like y'all don't watch no football.
Oh
That-
my
that's
God,
crazy.
Dez.
And then y'all acting like they defense was just sorry. Defense
No.
win
Put
Super
it this
Bowl.
way: you think fucking Edelman's a Hall of Famer?
That's what.
Exactly.
He a Patriot Hall of
That's
Famer.
Exactly.
that's what I think.
No, he
that's
ain't no Hall of
that's
Famer.
what I think
He has
made
played
Brady
with
special
no
with
Hall of-
nobody. Yes.
He played with nobody.
Randy
Randy
Moss.
Moss he has. Gronk, only 2 Hall of Famers he played with.
But
Like,
you know what? You
and
know
he
what?
didn't even have
Despite
them-
But
despite
let me
Brady,
ask y'all something though.
but
Hold on, I'm gonna kill that argument real quick though.
That's
for y'all.
Bill's system though.
How many wide receivers in the Hall of Fame have rings?
Not many.
No, man,
but here's what I'm saying.
you
Despite
still
this,
need weapons. You
but this-
still need
what about-
weapons.
You don't need weapons when you got a good
You need
defense.
an offensive line, a
What?
defensive line.
Pootie.
What did
Pootie,
y'all?
The
Yo,
Steelers
y'all-
didn't do nothing until they had Antonio Brown, Hines
We didn't-
Ward,
we had a-
motherfucking
we had a whole
Bell.
fire
Come on
offense.
now.
We didn't do nothing with no offense. We didn't do nothing with no offense. You
No,
need
I ain't,
defense to
but
win.
here's what I will say. Despite Brady having all the weapons that he have now, I still think he looked better in New England with a bunch of nobodies around him than he did
Crazy as hell.
with Mike.
Nah,
No,
you
for
see
sure.
what he did the second half of the year once he got with them.
Once he got
lit the
comfortable,
shit
but
up.
I mean, I don't
And
know
his
this
defense was
year.
fire.
The only one that I really can see stopping him, I want to see what Matthew Stafford can do. I know a lot of people probably not a fan of him, but
Only people gonna
In all
stop them folks
honesty,
is the Chiefs.
in all honesty, the Green Bay Packers could have beat them last year if Aaron Rodgers ain't fold in the playoffs on that.
No, they
He's-
caught some. They had some BS
no,
calls. in
Aaron Rodgers
games,
should have
too.
ran that
They
touchdown.
cannot beat them boys.
Man, they had some BS calls.
No, Aaron Rodgers should have
They
ran
should have beat
into
their
it, but
boys.
I thought that Breeze was gonna beat him for the third time. I thought Breeze was gonna beat him, and then I thought that
What made you think that?
I just thought the trifecta. I thought he would beat him, but I know how Brady is in the playoffs. But saying that, let's get to
I'm back.
the main
wanna get to
man.
Aaron Rodgers?
Let's get to the main man in the league, Aaron Rodgers, and his situation. At first it was Mike McCarthy. McCarthy went to Dallas, and now it's the management. And I think that he's-
weapons. I heard a stat today
Weapons. He
that they
got
only
weapons.
drafted.
He ain't got what?
man.
He ain't got what? He don't got
He
what?
ain't got nothing. I heard a stat today. Last 10 years since he's been on the team, they only drafted one wide receiver in the first round. In 10
And who
seasons.
was it?
Took a guess.
And
Was
that
it
ain't
Adams?
good. We can't.
He had. I can't say
I don't
Aaron
think
Rodgers
it was
had
Adams.
better wide receiver than Tom. I can't say that.
Well, I don't think.
Yeah, and he won when he did.
Randall
Yeah, I mean, I
Cobb,
think
Jordy
that-
Nelson.
I
Who
think
was
that
my
when
other
you
man
look
name?
at what is that dude name?
Not Donald Driver, the other one. That's on
Randall Cobb?
Fox Sports.
Brandon
No.
Cobb. No, not Cobb. Not
Didn't he
Cobb.
have
Greg
Graham
Jennings.
too?
Greg Jennings.
Greg Jennings. Then he had a
Okay.
tight end.
Oh yeah, what's her name?
He had Finley, didn't he?
Yeah, Finley.
I mean,
So,
but
so
even
with
with
Aaron
all
Rodgers, I don't understand the beef with Aaron Rodgers. What I don't understand it. It's just me.
It
No,
it probably
that the new GM is trying to take everybody that's been with the team and shipping them out.
yes
That's
yes.
But you got,
His
he got
new-
another
his
beef
new-
too. They did draft a quarterback in the first
But that's
round.
not. But that's not his
That
real
probably
beef.
pissed
That's
him
not his
off.
real beef. His real beef is that he's seen Tom Brady come in with all these weapons, and now he like, what is going on over here? Like, what are y'all gonna do for me? But here's the thing: Aaron Rodgers had an opportunity to run that ball into that
Yeah.
end zone, and he didn't take the chance. You
I
know,
agree.
and
He
I
got
just,
paid for that.
You seen them linebackers Tampa got?
listen. Let me tell you something.
Two boys won 4-2 flat.
I
dare
swear,
you to
I
try to run in the
swear,
end
I
zone.
swear he could have gotten a little bit closer or something. I just don't think that Aaron Rodgers has. I just don't think that
Y'all
Aaron
just want to
Rodgers.
see that old ass man die, huh?
No, I mean, he's a regular season killer. I just don't. I don't
So here's
know
the thing.
what more he
What about the
wants.
defense though?
Here's the thing.
Defense-
Why are
defense-
we giving Aaron Rodgers a pass when he's clearly been choking in playoff games?
But his
Yeah.
defense
He
been
gonna
messing up
pass for me.
too. Come on, his
But
defense been
but
doing some shit
but
now.
his defense been carrying him through the season. If you want to be honest, I mean, Aaron Rodgers been
But we
doing his
talking
thing.
playoffs. Playoffs.
But even in the playoffs, they just played the Rams. They played fantastic. I thought that they might have played great in the conference championship game. And there was a play where Scotty Miller was he deep open to the left. Was that
Before halftime? Yeah.
Yeah,
Come
but
on,
I mean,
that was,
when
that
you
was a busted coverage right there, though.
but when you
That
but
had-
when
defense do let them down.
Kevin King, right?
now.
Was it Kevin King?
I think that I think the
Oh,
defense
man.
I think the defense do let him
Kevin
down. But
King,
do you
oh,
remember
that
do you
boy
remember
cheats.
when they gave him the ball back? Aaron Rodgers said, "Go out there and go get the ball." He gave him the ball back. The difference between Brady and a lot of other quarterbacks is if he know he has to make that one drive, he's going to make that one drive. Aaron Rodgers just had. I mean, he's great, but I just don't think
Brady
when
is
it,
the GOAT now. We ain't
Man,
finna just
but
act like he.
yeah, I
if
mean-
you look at they draft
Brady's
picks,
not
yo,
better than Aaron Rodgers.
Come on, Pootie.
Oh my God,
Come
Pootie.
on,
Yo, you,
bro.
yo,
Stop it,
Man,
bro.
y'all know he's not better than Aaron Rodgers.
Yes.
Everybody
No, he's
hates
not.
Tom Brady, but you gotta give
No,
him
it's
his
not
props,
even that,
bro.
bro. He's not a better quarterback than Aaron Rodgers.
He
Y'all
is.
know that.
Now who's more athletic? That's it for me.
He's not a better quarterback than Aaron Rodgers.
you
Do
mean
you
you
see
mean
the throws Aaron Rodgers makes?
you mean arm talent wise, or you mean like
Man.
You mean
You
talent
can't say
throws,
better quarterback.
He
I
a
don't
better
know.
quarterback than me. Y'all.
Can I? Oh, so let me say this.
That's
Let me
my
say this.
opinion.
What
opinion.
made?
Let's
Go
get
down
down
this
to it.
path.
That is
So-
my opinion. That is my opinion.
So let me ask this: What made Peyton
Mark.
Manning? What made Peyton Manning so special? Because
As a
he wasn't.
quarterback?
His big ass head. That would be
So do you think Brady still has like? Is that what? That's what I think kills A-Rod from Brady. Is I
You
don't
know
think
what,
I don't think Aaron
Peyton-
Rodgers can throw all the deep balls in the world. Go ahead, I feel.
But Peyton,
Now, hold
Peyton,
on
I mean
now. We ain't
Peyton
gonna down
good,
Aaron
but
either, though.
I ain't going down him. But you got to think he had Marvin Harrison, Wayne in their primes for most of his career. Then he switched over to fucking Denver, which they had Demarius Thomas. He was a monster when he had him. Like he had weapons. Rodgers, Rodgers has.
We ain't finna down Peyton either, though, man.
No, that's what I'm not going down him. But he's saying, why is he so good? Peyton, he called his own
No, it's
plays.
just
he
you just
can
late.
read
But
defenses.
if you go back, you'll hear.
But this the thing about it, bro. I get what you're saying, Marvin Harris and Reggie Wayne. But it's other teams that got great talent at wide receiver, but they never get their name until they go with their quarterback that's gonna make the plays.
Which is true. Which is true.
Wes Walker.
But
And then the wingman show the fuck out.
right.
Exactly.
But
Why?
I mean, like Rodgers, you get back on Rodgers, man. It's just one of the things. The GM, they just how they building the team. Like even I heard this year draft, they got it like a D grade. Like they have been, and they let they let their Pro Bowl fucking center walk, like just leave to go to because they ain't want to spend money on him. Lindsley.
Ike, what time you gotta leave, Ike?
Green Bay did that?
925.
Yes, they let Lindsey
Oh,
leave.
okay. So we good. Okay. So I'm about to.
But
Go
you
ahead.
see these other teams that like protecting okay, San Diego this year. What they do? They went and signed Lindsey and got drafted a first round. What's his name? Rashawn Slater.
But
right?
here's my question: how do
To
y'all
protect
judge
these guys, like they're not helping Rodgers at all. They ain't help. Look at the last so many drafts.
I just don't know.
Their first 3 rounds have been
I'm
like
gonna tell you, Phil, they
have been mainly defense.
But have the Packers been in a draft pick position to pick a top-notch wide receiver? Because
well,
Aaron,
you got to think there's been wide receivers that
Well,
been.
I had somebody.
All right, why draft Jordan Love last year? Like, what the?
yeah.
Why would you
They
do
coulda
something
got
like
DK.
that? They could have got anybody right there. Like,
Well,
Debo
Devontae
got
Adams
drafted
said
after
he.
him. DK
Devontae
got
Adams said he
drafted
out
after
too.
him.
Devontae Adams said he out too, so y'all ain't gotta worry about him. But I don't know.
I bet he is.
Maybe next podcast the beginning debate will be Brady versus A-Rod because I don't understand the debate, but I mean some people value championships over. I personally, when I look at a player, I like to go by knowledge, and I just think Brady just knows the game inside and out. But it was something playing Peyton Manning too. But it was also a game, and I'm gonna move on after this. There was a bunch of games between Brady and Manning. And watching them two pick apart the defense, picking apart that defense. In fact, there was a time when Peyton Manning was up 24-0 on Brady at halftime, and Brady came out second half and went crazy. So, I mean, I don't know. We'll cross that bridge one time.
Quarterbacks like that though, bro. You can't keep them down. Like once they find a groove, bro, they see it's like everything open.
It's just crazy. It's just crazy because I don't know if the younger quarterbacks will ever get to that level. Because I feel like
it'll happen. It just ain't.
It's gonna happen. Look at Mahomes. Like,
no, I think Mahomes.
Mahomes.
I think Mahomes will. But I'm talking about.
Mahomes
Let's talk about Lamar. Let's talk about Lamar.
Well, Lamar's
Baker.
Different. Like,
But I mean, do you think they'll ever study the game?
Different.
Even Russell Wilson, do you ever think he'll be like when you look at the next generation of quarterbacks?
Russ up there.
No. What I'm saying,
like,
so what I'm saying is you
like
can.
Russell Wilson, like all the top-notch ones.
What I'm saying is one thing that the legends always will tell you is that they don't want to be on the opposite side of the ball when it comes to Brady or Manning. Do you think that they'll ever have that killer mentality when it comes to Wilson? I mean, Rodgers too, But when it comes to Wilson, Lamar, do you think they'll ever study the game the way that the old players have? Because at one point they say Brady and them don't lead
us.
us.
Say that, bro, because pretty much like what you see in a lot of these players is what you gonna get.
Yeah.
The league's too flashy for them to do that right now.
Yeah, that's what.
Like, it's too flashy, and all these quarterbacks, all they do is like get out of the pocket and run the ball.
Well,
Yeah.
Stay in the pocket and read the defense.
So
Because old
that's
quarterback
Gio,
can't
right?
run, Gio.
yeah.
Gio. So what do you think about your draft pick, Jones?
And then after this, we're gonna move on back to the league. But go ahead.
Because he's like an old school, and he ain't gonna move around. You think he can get there?
I like Jones.
Jones smart though.
I feel like Jones is a smart quarterback that went from Nick Saban to Bill Belichick. It's not going to be a bad transaction like say
Transition.
Lamar. My bad. Transition, my bad. It's like say Lamar going to Belichick or Cam, prime example. That's not a Belichick quarterback.
Because there was realistically only 2 quarterbacks in this draft that are like old school, like don't move around, just they're going to play within the pocket for the most part. Is Jones and Trask, and Trask went to, I want to say the Saints, right? Or no, the Bucks. Oh, so he gets the benefit of learning right behind Brady for the next couple of years.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll see. But I am gonna get back to the league real fast. So first thing NFC before we jump to AFC. Kind of everybody was. It was a screenshot that was posted of the defending champ, of course, basically calling out the Falcons, basically saying he's an easy win. But then he also called out the Steelers, and I remember he called out the Steelers.
Steelers is definitely an easy win.
Oh, well, that's not that's not nice. He must not be on the mic. But what the question was, what does the win for Dez over Joker means for the NFC? Now it could mean a lot. It could mean that maybe he figured out Joker's number, but it could also mean that maybe Joker has to go out and make some certain trades or whatnot, because Dez went out and got Cole McDonald. He wasn't. I didn't expect you to really get Cole McDonald, but he's doing well with him. 30 touchdowns, 14 interceptions. He's doing well with Hayden Hurst. He may be trading Julio Jones soon, maybe. He picked up Juju Smith and DeAndre Parker, but then we also talked about his stacked defense with Jamal Adams, Grady Jarrett, Josh Allen, Stephon Gilmore, Sheffield. I mean, he has like a whole list of people lined up on his team. So saying that, do you see a new face in representing the NFC this year, or do you think Joker can carry the... I mean, there's a lot of other teams in a way. You got 49ers, maybe the Bucks, maybe. We'll see. Your football team possibly can make it. The Eagles. It's 7 teams in, so it's not like, oh, this one team is done and that's it. So what do you think that means for the NFC?
I think it's up in the air, to be honest.
The playoff rematch.
Okay.
If they play the playoff. It comes out to the playoff rematch to see if there is keep the same momentum or he will fall. No offense, Jess.
Nah, that's real.
Yeah.
But I think the NFC wide open just because like this regular season stuff it'll get hyped up, but everybody ain't gonna perform in the playoffs.
I mean, that's true too. I know that was a clear shot at me, but let me tell you something. I'm prepared this time.
I was actually talking about Phil.
Oh, I do be buckling up.
Phil got a folding company.
I'm watching. I ain't the only one. Don't laugh at me. I see you fold up.
Yeah, I keep folding too.
I'll get a win in the playoffs, man.
Well, we'll see how it turns out. It's a bunch of good games coming up. Shout out to the new Seahawks user, new Vikings user. There's a head commissioner and a co-commissioner from another league, so they're coming on over here. Both are really, 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 really tough, but I do want to get to week 10 and week 11. Okay, so first things first. Golly.
Hold on.
I will help Dez out, because if I run into the Packers, I'm knocking them straight out the playoff.
Oh, you gonna help Dez out?
I'm taking Joker out.
You gotta help me.
You ain't Joker. You can't beat Joker
Adam. Gilmore is gonna be following Adam scribe for scribe. You gotta beat me or somebody else, brother.
All right, go ahead. My bad, Kyle.
We
Gio,
I want you to answer.
You gonna have to give me like 10 minutes after. Give me like 10 minutes after.
Shout out to Reese, man. He can't join, but he said he listening in. Shout out to the homie Reese.
So, Gio, what? I mean, you're in the podcast talking to us, and you got thrashed. What happened?
Who?
I couldn't stop the run.
Okay, so Gio got beat. Gio got beat by the Dolphins user 58-13.
Which puts him at 0-9 for the season.
Yeah.
Dang.
Calm down.
All right, let's head to the Patriots schedule. We got to figure out a win for him before the season.
Oh, we can.
Patriots. Let me go.
Phil. He said Phil. I think Phil.
I go play for you if you want me to.
Wait a minute.
So Gio has the Dez next week in week 11.
Well, you might win that
Run
one.
the ball, Gio. Run the ball up the middle. Dead easy to beat.
Oh, that's all I gotta do is run the ball to the middle. Sure will.
Girl.
Gio, I got
has,
you beating the Saints. I got him beating the Saints.
Week 12? Week 12?
Yeah.
You got him beat the Saints week
But
12?
I don't know because the Saints is not that bad neither. I mean, not as bad as you think. Gio, what is your problem? I thought you was doing well
Who is the
last.
Jags?
My thing is,
Jack-
like, I'll play good in the first half or second half, but I will not play good the whole game. That's not my biggest problem.
Okay.
I got Gio beating Wood week 17. Yeah. That's the
I
one.
don't know what is going on with Wood,
If
man.
got Wood
I swear I
beating
thought
the
this.
Jets.
Because Woodrow his game is ass. I told you, like, I've been saying it. This man ain't gonna sit here and run stretch and fucking power all game and beat somebody.
I thought that he was
and throw
gonna-
the ball.
I swear I thought he
and
was
he'd
gonna
be
win.
like, "Well, I was 6 to 7 passing. Like, what the fuck's that doing for you when you losing by 20? Like, who cares? Like, nah.
Yeah, I
man.
thought he-
The bow, the coach
Wood-
user, man, he listening in. He
Yeah,
loving
Wood
the
needs
the slander.
Wood needs to implement some kind of pass game. If he wants to do a play action, he needs to implement a pass game for him to be
You know
better.
what? I'm
Like,
gonna go. Wood played the Colts. He played Bo last week and lost.
I was gonna say.
Ryan Tannehill's stats was 5 for 9 for 53 yards and 2
Oh my
interceptions.
gosh.
Right. He's
But
got
you know
to
what?
learn the
Terrible.
But
pass.
season one though, his run was so great. Like what? But you know what? He played a very easy schedule too. But I don't know. I mean, let's give it to him.
People are picking up on it. Like they
Yeah.
know what he's doing.
They picking
Like when
up
I
on
played
what he-
him, like, okay, whatever. You want to pass? I let him pass. Like I was daring him to pass that game against me. Yeah, he ain't no good.
I don't know,
Nah.
man. We'll see. We'll
Sorry.
see. We'll see what's up. But first game next week is a game that I really want to tune into. Is Very versus Reese.
Oh yeah.
Chiefs versus football team.
Not out of Barry.
You'll be a dick.
Very has to, but
I
Very has to
think-
win this game. He has to win this game in order to stay up with the Chargers, who gets a forced win this week against the Jets.
I'm going Reese.
Yeah, I'm taking Reese that game too.
I'm
I'm
taking
going
Reese.
Reese to that D line has got to show up one of these games. I think this
Exactly.
Is
It's
But
going to
that
show
line
up.
is absolutely disgusting.
Reese has stepped away from the game for a long time. You know, he had a little birthday party.
What's Reed's record?
He is.
5 and
Reese,
3.
Reese needs to start winning.
Oh, you know what? Reese do got to win this game. I'm still gonna go
Jared
Very.
Goff has been.
I think Very.
I
I think
don't know
Very.
about that move.
But I think Vary's gonna do something. I mean, with Tyreek Hill and them, I know I know I said this is not PS4, but Vary got to win too. I mean, this game just as big for him.
Well, disclaimer real quick. The game is set for 30 minutes from now in the chat. I'm just looking in the chat. So that game is going down tonight.
So he's gonna stream
Okay.
hopefully.
Oh, they playing tonight? They play this week.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
they playing in 30 minutes.
Oh, okay.
next
It's
up-
going to be a good game.
Next up is a game that I.
so we can knock it out.
Oh my god. 9:30. But so next game up is the Ravens and the Steelers. I know Pootie's in the party. I know he always say he's
I'm going
gonna.
Ravens, man.
I'm
Oh.
going Ravens.
No, that's
I'm
not
going
nice.
Ravens, too.
That's not nice.
Ravens.
Wait a minute.
On to
So-
the next.
Ravens. All right.
It's Ravens.
Bears at Browns. What's Racky? His name is Roxy. I don't know.
Yeah, they're actually playing now. I'm looking at the schedule.
Okay.
They're
Yeah, I
playing
think
right now.
I think Diablo. I mean, Bears is
Yeah.
an active user. Shout out to him. But I think that
Yeah, shout out to him. I mean, he takes his
Yeah.
losses. I respect that. So he's been playing, no ducking.
Yeah,
He-
that's
I'm
gonna
going
be
Browns by
Brown.
50.
but I got Browns by a lot.
Oh wow. So Cardinals and Lions
Who
is
the
also a
Browns play?
force. Hey Pootie, I know you just heard all them say the Ravens gonna beat you.
Jets,
I wouldn't give a damn what they
Chargers,
said. They said that about. They said that a lot. What they gonna beat me by?
Lions gets a force over Cardinals.
They didn't
right?
say what they. Yeah, they.
because Cardinals
they
and
didn't
Jets
say what he
are,
gonna beat you by.
brothers.
They
So
they
we
just
up
said
to, what do you have? Bills,
Hey.
Panthers.
Bills
What the
Panthers.
Ravens
Yeah.
gonna beat me by?
Who is that
10.
Bills user?
Reese said 17.
What?
Yeah, you gonna lose by like 20, Pootie.
Oh wow.
That's the same thing Joker said.
I ain't gonna lie. You
losing
should
by
have.
20.
You should have won that game.
Every time y'all say this, I win. So keep saying that, cause at the end of the day, is
Oh yeah, reset Ravens by 7. Reset you gonna lose by
name up.
17. But next game is Bills and Panthers. Now, Panthers user, he actually was supposed to.
Who is the Bills?
He actually wants me to interview him on the podcast. Our schedule just won't match up because he's not available to 10 o'clock p.m. So,
Who is the Bills?
the Bills
he's
is
a
the
solid
key.
user. He's quiet guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean,
What is his name?
his name is Key.
Key?
Yeah. He's solid. I mean, the connection Josh Allen and Diggs is crazy.
Yeah.
Well, he probably
I mean,
gonna beat the Panthers then.
he should be decent, but that division last year was terrible. I mean, I didn't like that division at all last year. But right now he's 4-4. So
But I got Panthers that game.
Panthers got to win, but I
That's
think
tough,
Bills gonna win. I think Bills got this.
He don't run the ball a lot, but you do throw that bitch to Stephon Diggs a lot.
I would too.
Next game up is the Bucks. Oh no, it's not. It's the Bengals at Texans.
Yeah. It's
Which
gonna
should be
game.
good.
Man.
I think Macy.
Because Bengals is Maceo.
You know what?
Slight win.
Yeah, I'm gonna go
Yeah,
Texans.
I'm mad I came in late because the Texans was my favorite for that division. No disrespect to the Colts.
I'm
And I
going
see
to
Colts
upset
took
with
him out. 'Cause
Mayfield.
I know me and Ike was going back and forth. I was like, nah, Texans. I like his game. I ain't
had
never
Colts.
played. See, I don't want to disrespect Colts because I haven't played him yet to see how his game is. Texans, I like Texans' game.
Bo
He's
is
got that
just,
wide
I don't
open
know
throw.
about Bo. I mean, he don't have a killer offense, but I think the Texans are decent. I think he.
Seem like
I'ma go
Bo
Texans.
always giving me the force.
I'm gonna go.
Oh, my gosh.
Who is it? Texans and Maceo.
Yeah.
I haven't
go
seen
Maceo
Maceo
in
on the
the upset,
5.
man.
If it was the 4, I would go with Maceo. I'm gonna go.
I'm going Maceo.
Yeah, that's gonna be
I'm going
tough.
Maceo with the upset.
I'm
Okay.
gonna say Texans. I'm gonna go Texans.
Next game. If you are not taking my
Oh
side,
gosh, don't.
you will be blocked from the stream. I will not tolerate no one
Oh, I'll
else
pick it.
coming on my
picking
stream. Will not tolerate nobody on my stream voting for somebody else because I ran into that a lot last game. That's why I lost. But no, next game is the Bucks at Falcons. Falcons are 2-0. I gave him a forced win actually to win the division. I didn't receive a thank you, but you know that's a game right there. I will say this. I refuse to lose by a blowout. You know, it's been ridiculous how he just starts. Reset Dez by 24. I knew I should have kicked your ass in the ocean when you seen us down there. But
Man,
y'all can give your honest
AFC up to
opinions.
$17,
Y'all can give your
bro.
honest opinions.
I'll be ready. If the run defense step up, I got you by 3 points.
Damn. Okay, Gio.
Oh wow, thank you. I appreciate Gio. You know what? God gonna do some things for you. I don't know what he's gonna do.
Kai, you gotta overcome this, man. Yo, this one's yours right here. I'm gonna go with you. This one.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I've
Take,
seen more
get
beat.
this man. You got to give him his first loss. Get that egg out of here, man. You got to give him that first loss. I'm gonna
It's
go
gonna be
Bucks.
me. It's gonna be me. That's
I've
why I
seen
lost
more-
last week.
I'm gonna go Bucks just because this man he overlooking you right now. You got to take him out. You know
I'm
he over
gonna
here
say,
smiling and
this
shit,
third
drinking a
loss
Stella or
tomorrow
something.
gonna hurt bad.
When y'all playing?
Probably right after the
About
podcast.
10 minutes.
Oh, okay.
My goal is to end by 9:25. So we got a few
What
games
you got,
left.
Ike? It's on you, Ike. Who you got?
More. I seen Maul beat Dez, at least a couple times every Madden. I haven't seen him beat him this Madden yet. I think Maul is due for a win. If he plays smart, I got Bucks by 6.
Okay.
Thank you. Appreciate
By
it.
6.
So that just shows
By
you
6.
everything they said I could not do
You
and could
gonna
not
beat me by
beat.
2 field goals?
Hey.
That's a good game. That's gonna be a tight game.
Now one user that
Dez
we
ain't
gotta,
getting blown out.
one user that we do
You
gotta
don't
focus
even kick
on.
field goals.
I sure don't. If I pass the 50, you better believe I'm. But the next game,
One user-
next podcast, I promise we'll talk about it will be the Raiders and Broncos. The Broncos user has really been pulling through, and
This gonna be a good game.
I was
yo.
able
AFC
to watch
West
one of his
low-key
games.
is good.
Yeah, they're close in it. They're really close. I mean, Broncos 3-5, Raiders 4-4, but Raiders just got a big win over the Chargers not too long ago. So I expect the Raiders to win this game against the Broncos.
I like the Broncos. I really like him.
Okay.
You like the Broncos?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna say Raiders.
Okay. We got 4 games left. Next game up, I'm calling Wood is about to cuss you out, Tad, because your gameplay is about to annoy him to the fullest.
Yes.
I
You
believe,
play cover 3 on Wood, you gonna hurt his ass.
but you know what? Tad has never been able to stop the stretch. So Wood versus Tad and I'm gonna call this his big intro game. I'm gonna say Wood beats him and Wood comes in the chat and cusses him out.
You think Woods? You said Woods gonna beat him and then cuss him out.
Yeah, I think Wood
I can
honestly
tell you
though,
what,
that stretch run is
You
hard
gonna see
for some
Wood come
users.
in and be like, "Man, you only ran 5 plays. Blah blah blah. You got YouTube. You playing YouTube plays on me.
TA shot.
I'm going Seahawks. I'm going Seahawks.
I gotta say this.
I'm gonna stick with Wood one more week, man, before I
telling you,
jump
Wood,
off the bandwagon.
the stretch
I'ma
is
go
gonna
Wood.
kill him. Yeah, the stretch is
I'ma
gonna
go
kill
Wood.
him. So that'll be fine. Next game will be the Colts and the Rams. Truth versus Bo. Now, Bo is no slouch.
Truth ain't no
But
slouch
neither is.
on
I'm
the
about to say
five.
neither is Truth either.
Yeah, Truth is good on the 5.
Colts got to win this
Truth
game, but something
surprised
telling
me.
me, yeah,
Like,
something telling me
on
Truth about to take it there. Something telling me Truth about to take it there. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Truth. I'm going with Truth.
I'm gonna go Colts. I like Bo. I like the momentum he's on.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going Colts.
I'm going with Truth,
Upset.
man.
Colts is top 10, and Rams would be the upset.
Yeah. I'm
I'm
going Colts.
going Truth with the upset.
Going with Truth.
I'm going with Truth with the upset too.
Yeah.
I like how
Truth
is
gotta win
playing
this
on the
game to
five.
stay at least. Yeah. Next game up is the Cowboys and the Eagles. Oh.
Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh.
I don't know. I've never checked out Cowboys game, but I see it's a 3-way tie between the football team Cowboys and Eagles at 5-3. So I don't know.
I mean, his 3
I'm gonna
receivers
say-
are all like superstars and
Yeah, that's what I was
X-Factors.
gonna
They
say.
got an
It's something
explosive
about
team,
that.
man.
It's something about the Cowboys team too. So I'm gonna go with the Eagles though. I think in Philadelphia, as loud as the crowd will be on Monday night, I think that it'll be loud.
Go.
I think it'll be loud.
Link. Mind you, this is Thanksgiving week this week.
I forgot about
8:30.
it. Yeah, it is. It is Thanksgiving week.
Because I'm in my mind they gonna split. I'm gonna go with Eagles this one.
Okay.
I think Eagles is taking the win this one and probably losing.
You said
Dallas
PA post right out of
this next
gun,
one.
gun tight every play. Oh, he said Cowboys run PA's post out every of gun tight. All right, I gotta go in 4 minutes. So last game.
Cowboys gonna beat you, Ike.
Oh,
All right, there it is. We
Last
playing,
game.
we playing it. We playing in 20 minutes.
Them Cowboys
yeah,
is knocking
we all gonna be
heads
kicking off
off.
at the same
And
time.
last
And
but
we
not
all gonna be
least,
playing at the same time.
Last but
Chiefs,
not least.
Skins, Falcons, Bucks, Eagles,
I
Cowboys.
see a lot of games
Tomorrow,
we play.
Last game is the Packers and the Vikings. Shout out to the Vikings for joining the league. Listen, I played this dude
It's
before.
gonna be a Packer blowout.
No.
Nah, this niggas are good.
I played this user before. Do not be shocked. Do not be shocked if this user beats Joker. Now, the only reason I say is because Vikings is one of those players where you make one mistake and he will slow the game down and take you down the road real slow. But also with Joker and all his interceptions, Joker thrown too many interceptions. So, but like I said, it's always hard to get used to the team week one. You know, your first week. So
Yeah.
Yeah, he hasn't built this team, so it is a little difficult. But I'm going Vikings.
yeah, I'm gonna go with Vikings. That'll be our final pick. Who else? Y'all want to call y'all picks up
I'm
before we
gonna
put
Vikings
this?
by 3.
Okay.
I'm gonna say, I'm going Packers.
Cowboys
Okay.
gonna be right by 7.
He's just
All right.
got that frustrating
Well-
game. He ain't gonna let up, and he gonna just keep it going, man.
Thank y'all for
Packers.
tuning into the podcast. We're gonna see.
Whoever
Yes,
feels
sir.
they win.
We're gonna see what we can do with these picks. Maybe my GameStop cards are luckily coming in. Anybody that knows me know they come in around this time. And so maybe it'll be Madden online. I mean, I don't know when next Madden comes out, but I'm sure it's very soon. I don't know.
Yeah, some videos should be starting to drop. We should be seeing
Yeah.
some content here soon.
Yeah. All right. Well, tune into the Falcons and Bucks game. I'm out.
Oh,
All right,
fuck.
appreciate it, fellas.
Are you really
Thank you, guys.
like
Thank you, Kai.
sending your
Yo, Kai.
training on silver?
Kai.
Don't worry about what I'm doing. Yeah. What's up?
Yo, that's why